Constant light, or continuous lighting as it's often referred to, is more often than not associated with moving image. From film sets to music videos, constant light does what it says on the tin, creates a constant source of lighting, which is perfect for when you're shooting video. In contrast, we usually use things like strobes for still imagery, which is a lot higher in output and creates kind of stronger but short bursts of light. As constant light becomes more accessible, how effective is it actually for taking photographs rather than videos? In today's video, we're going to be exploring why I love shooting with constant light. And we're going to be particularly focusing on using Nanlite lighting, specifically the Alien 150C and the FC-120B. So for this shoot, I was in the studio with Isa and we decided to shoot a few different looks just playing around with these two Nanlite lights. You might have remembered from a previous video where I used the Alien 150C on a location-based shoot. That is one of the great things about this light, is that it can be battery powered, but it can also be plugged into the mains, which is exactly what we did in this shoot. The Alien 150C is a panel light, so it's rectangular in format, opposed to something like the FC-120B, which we also used, which is more maybe what you would consider when you're thinking of lighting. But let's dive into some of the setups that we worked with these two lights, and also talk about why I love using constant light for photography. You know how you had like one side across? So you had like, so that one open and then that one across. You pulled it all the way over, yeah. So like, keep that one like loose. And then that one, pull it all across the other side of you. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, nice. Bring this back onto your shoulder though, see how that looks? Yeah, perfect. One of my favorite things about using constant light, especially when I started out in studio photography and learning how to shape light, is that because it is a constant stream of light, you can really get to grips with what you're doing to the lights, how you're moving them, the positioning of the light is affecting your image, because you can see this in real time. For me, that is probably the biggest singular upside of using constant light. So when we switch between a scene like this and then a scene like this, I can see really quickly and easily how that light is being affected. And likewise, if something isn't quite right, I can move things about and really quickly see if my changes are working or not, and as can the rest of the team. So in a way, it almost eliminates the need for things like tethering to test your lighting as well, because everyone can see with their eyes in real time how what you're doing to the lighting is affecting the image. Perfect, chin down a little bit for me. Yeah, that's nice. So go 1, 2, 3, nice. I like to experiment a lot with motion, in particular motion blur within my portrait photography. If you followed this channel for a while, then you'll have seen that time and time again, but because flash actually freezes motion, it can be difficult to kind of achieve that kind of look when you're shooting with strobes. However, with constant light, because what you're working with is ambient light, same as natural light, you can set a slow shutter on your camera and you can really play around with utilizing motion within your images in a lot easier way. For me, I shoot a lot of film as well, and using constant light definitely gave me the most confidence in shooting film in a studio setting. Like I said, you can see the changes in real time, you can see what it looks like and what it is going to look like. So it kind of takes that guesswork out of it. Obviously with digital photography, if you're using strobes, you can take the photo, kind of look at it, review it, and make adjustments based on that. When you're shooting with film, you don't have that luxury of being able to review in real time. And so having constant light and being able to see that rather than kind of guessing how the light's going to look is a lot more of a simple process when you're shooting with film. It's really easy to use HSI modes on things like the Alien 150C. When you have these RGB controls that you can flick between different colors, it eliminates the need for using gels, which is just another thing that you're going to have to add to your kit, another thing that you have to carry and kind of waste time switching over. When you have a light that's all built in, this color changing is all built in, it just allows you so many more options with what you're working with. Nice. Look kind of like up at the light. Yeah, perfect. Like a little bit more side on, so you're facing like the window a bit more. Yeah, perfect. It's nice. A big thank you to Nanlite for gifting me both of these lights. I've used Nanlite lighting for a lot of years now. You can head backwards on the channel and see where I've used it previously in the past. But I really do believe that Nanlite creates some of the best continuous lighting that is to offer. I'm going to link the products that I used in today's video in the description if you're interested in getting your hands on either the Alien 150C or the FC-120B. One of my other favourite lights from Nanlite is the Forza 60C, which is a RGB light. So if you're interested in kind of the capabilities of the Alien, in more of like the build of the FC, then that might be another light that you could look into. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.